Hey y'all, welcome back to the Whistle Pig Palace.
It's not copyright infringement if we film this off a museum wall, right?
Nope. Hold on to them reins. This week we're going to take you through Louisville and Lexington and show you everything from horses and bourbon to arks and skeletons.
Louisville and Lexington, Kentucky, not Nebraska. First stop on the tour is the Village Market Food Hall. This was amazing Filipino food.
We actually came across it because the food truck is very popular, but this year they just opened the brick and mortar, so we had to try it out.
Yeah, so they had a burger place, a taco place, a donut place, just tons of food. Great stop in Louisville. All right, Em, we promised them skeletons. You better give it.
Skeletons they will get. So the backstory is, in 1855, Louisville Catholics were burned to death in their homes by conspiracy theorists who thought they were going to take over the U.S. in an event that became known as Bloody Monday. In 1901, something similar started happening in Italy, and it led to many of their monasteries being shut down. So, as a result, they had to ship all of their old skeletons, and this church got a couple new immigrants. They're known as Magnus and Bonosa, and they actually lie on either side of the altar. It's so crazy. They have clothes made for them. They have crowns on them. And actually, in the church remodel, they did DNA testing on the skeletons, and they found out that the time period and the race and gender matches up with the descriptions.
All right, well, to continue on our tour of oddities, here's the grave of Colonel Sanders. He actually was not in the military. He started frying chicken during the Great Depression when he lost his job.
Yeah, and it became the first franchise in the United States by the time he was done.
I was expecting you to say he had the original recipe, but then...
He did. Did you guys know Frito actually had a corporate magician on the payroll? Here's his grave.
Awesome. We were waiting in line for Colonel Sanders, okay? We really wanted to get our hands on some local cuisine, so we tried the Benedictine dip. It was terrible. Mostly it's just food coloring and cream cheese.
It looks like mint ice cream. The Kentucky Hot Brown was my dream. It had all the ingredients and the makings to be delicious, but when I bit into it, it lacked textural refuge, and I thought of 15 different ways I could make it better. I'm sorry, Kentucky.
All right, y'all. This is the Bourbon Trail portion of the video. We started out at Rabbit Hole, where we had a tasting. It wasn't guided, but we kind of learned how to taste bourbon, where you have to swish it around in your mouth a little bit, get over the burn before you can really start to taste flavors.
Surprisingly, this was one of the few bourbons that I had ever tasted that I thought, creamy, vanilla. Maybe it was just the notes. I don't know.
Our second one was at Four Roses. This came highly recommended. We had to book tickets. I think they were like $15 a piece to go to this tasting, and we had a guide go through each of the bourbons and what they tasted like and what we should expect. I thought it was a really quality tour.
Castle and Key was different because it was super outdoorsy, so it had a different vibe than the other ones. But I have to say, bourbon just not as good here.
They served it to us in plastic little cups, and you got to like walk around the grounds to try it. But I didn't go any further with the Bourbon Trail after this because I was like, I don't want to do this anymore.
This was the end of the trail for us.
Thank you, Castle and Key. Then my mom came to visit, introducing Cameo, Deadhead Hunter.
Let's make her internet famous, y'all.
We have like 3 followers. We went to Churchill Downs, was the first place with my mom. It was the weekend before race day, so it was great. Look at her getting in the pen with the horses. What a great sport.
This here is Rich Strike. He was the long shot winner from the 2022 Derby. But fun fact about the garland of roses that the horses are adorned with, they are actually sewn together at a flower shop with the little tubes of water behind each rose so that they stay fresh the whole time they're on the horse. Okay.
How did this get in here? Did you put this in here?
Yep, we would put that in there.
I don't think we said that we're at the museum, but this is at the Churchill Downs Museum. This was my favorite part. So, like, when you get there, they put you in this, like, 360 room, and this screen goes all the way around, and the video is just very engaging, and you find yourself just, like, turning over and over and over, just looking at all the pieces. It was really cool. So we didn't get to go to the Derby. Mage ended up winning, but we did drink a julep, a mint julep, and it sucked. I said what I said.
Keeneland is a racetrack in Lexington, but it is also a thoroughbred auction complex. So every spring they will auction off the thoroughbred colts, Some of them can go for millions of dollars. Rich Strike, the winner from 2022, only $30,000. It's cheap.
So we went on this horse tour to learn more. And the reason that everybody has to come to Lexington is because there's a rule that you have to have live breeding. So no artificial insemination.
Yes, artificial insemination. My dad used to do that with pigs.
Great. We got to see baby colts. Here's Princess Emily petting them.
One of the things I really wanted to do was to shake the hand of a future winner, the hoof, if you will. So one of these guys might win the Derby someday.
He's a baby.
He's so sweet.
So sweet, little guy. Okay, I can be done. Nim, 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 nim.
I feel bad, like we're hating on a lot of stuff in Kentucky, and now we have to review the Ark.
We enjoyed Kentucky. Just a lot of the things that we put in this video and that we filmed were not our favorites. Mom's hurrying in. She didn't want to get caught out here in the flood. A little background on what this is. They have a replica of Noah's Ark in Kentucky. And you can go inside and they just have music and sights and sounds to make you feel like you're really on the Ark. Also, it's about $60 to get in, so I'm going to complain about it. $60 worth! The part that surprised me the most was how many dinosaurs were aboard.
In the beginning of the museum, they disclosed that this may not be historically accurate. This is their best guess at what's going on. But these people were making arts and crafts in the Ark. If they have millions of animals,
Thousands of animals
to feed and clean up after, they're not going to be having time to do arts and crafts. And this garden is never going to grow enough food for everyone.
But Emily, look at this great kitchen.
It made it look like the Ark was fun. And let me tell you, I don't think it was fun. I do love a rainbow, though.
We made it. We made it to the end of the Ark. Special thanks to Danette for leaving us this mac salad. Now we got, a snack for the road. Bye-bye, Kentucky. Hello, West Virginia.